what happens to us in comparison, overweight and obesity is very common, which means that our adipose tissue is excessive. It is infiltrated by macrophages, which are causing chronic inflammation, leading to the result of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which drive chronic inflammation elsewhere in the body, therefore making it easier for a cancer to grow and to spread. The beta-glucans have gone, our innate immune systems have gone, tumoricidal granulocytes are ineffective. If a cancer has been recognized by the adaptive immune system without the beta-glucans, the normal cancer cell killing mechanisms involving either neutrophils in the innate immune system or other types of cells in the adaptive immune system aren't working. So that line of defense is down as well. We drink large amounts of spirits. We smoke far more than they do. We're exposed to far more carcinogens in our food as well, because we cook our meat and many of our foods differently. And our intake of phase 2 inducers is reduced by about 80 to 90%. So when we do ingest these carcinogens in the foods we eat, we do not excrete them. We keep them in the body. And we have serious problems with hyperinsulinemia and excessive insulin-like growth factors. And because we are so inactive, our AMPK is down, therefore mTOR is up. Therefore, if you do have a cancer, it is more likely to be promoted. Now can you see why cancer is so rare in the 19th century and so very common today? It's complicated. It's not just one single issue. There are many, many different factors which are all playing a role. But it's very easy to escape from this prison. At the moment, we're being caught between two millstones, a food industry, which is making us sick, and a medical industry, which makes us even sicker. All you have to do is to disintermediate, just step outside the two walls of this prison. Stop eating processed food. Start eating basic foods. Or if you can't do that, if you don't have enough time, then at least change your ratio of 6s to 3s and start eating more polyphenols. Switch off chronic inflammation, which not only protects against cancer, it also protects against all of the rest of degenerative disease as far as we can see. The Victorians had it all right. We have it all wrong. That is why all of you have friends or relatives who have or have had cancer. That's why Hungary is #1 in the Cancer International League tables. That's why we need so much radiotherapy, oncotherapy, which I regard as barbaric, uncivilized medicine. This has huge implications for the cost of healthcare. In the past, we have been very familiar with the idea that chronic degenerative disease is going to affect about 80 to 90% of us and kill large numbers of us. We know that the Mediterranean diet cuts that by approximately half, but the question was, what happens if you improve the Mediterranean diet? Does it get better? Have we reached a plateau? Does it get worse? Well, what we now know is that the mid-Victorian diet is even more protective than the Mediterranean diet because it contains even higher levels of these extremely important and highly protective phytonutrients. And now what we're starting to ask is, the question is, can we go even further? Can we get even better than 90% protection? And there are avenues of investigation that we're looking into now which suggest that yes, maybe we can. What does this mean in terms of the types of facts that a politician could understand? Well, if you could capture 60% of the market, if you could improve the diet and say 60% of the population by our calculations, you'd reduce non-communicable disease by at least 2/3. And we're being very conservative. We think it might be more. That would lead to a reduction in healthcare spending of about 75%, which means 6% of gross economic product in most European countries and almost 14% in the United States.